Hey, shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, call Halayim Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who teach the truth and rule well. This is the brother Yatabia Wa'ala coming back from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. And I got a quick lesson today. All right, Lord's will, it's edifying. But basically, watching these economists, and a lot of them are going into basically this economy is fucked. All right. Hey, the dollar's going down. They're talking about the world reserve being switched, ultimately going into, Great Depression type times, which, this is all in the scriptures. All right. We know that these troubling times are coming. All right. But their main answer is to find alternative, forms of money, or invest in alternative forms of money. And I seen a comment left on one of those videos, and it said, you gotta invest in things that the government basically that the government doesn't have a hand in. All right. But see, what you don't understand is scriptures talk about Esau coming down with great wrath. All right. He has laws on the books where they can confiscate everything. Eminent domain. They can basically do whatever they want. All right, the so-called treasures, the temporary treasures here, gold, silver. All right, they talk about real estate. All right, none of that's gonna matter. All right, none of that's gonna save you in the times to come. All right, Lord's will of that number. All right, but the ones who get saved out is only by the will. All right, of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, if they were ordained to be the elect since the beginning. All right, but ultimately the elect are going to have certain characteristics. All right, they're going to be going by what the scripture says. All right, and the scriptures say, I'm going to read it. All right, to store up this knowledge and wisdom. Okay, because this is the only thing that is going to help us in these troubling times. All right, no amount of gold, no amount of silver. All right, no amount of real estate, no matter what type of connections you have, how many passports, none of that is going to help. All right, and we went into this a little bit at camp. All right, but hey, there's only one way out of this. All right, there's only one way out, and there's only one way to be saved, and that is through Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and I'm gonna start with this. This is Matthew 6:19, and it says, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal." All right, we're not to go in. Yes, some brothers have silver and gold. You have a little real estate. It is what it is. But we understand fully that all these things are at one time going to be taken away. All right. Because, hey, the MOTB is coming. Right? This system, whether you like it or not, is about to be changed. This financial system. All right. It's going to be making that move to that MOTB system. All right. And the scriptures say you will neither buy nor sell. So you're going to have to make that decision. All right. And the elect are going to make the decision to drop everything. So we know and understand that none of these things, yes, we may have them, but we're not going to be saved through them. And if it comes to it, we know we can drop them at the dime without even thinking twice. All right. But this means, hey, you shouldn't have that mentality to, I want to make all these investments. I want to get rich, or have a plan B. All right. Plan C. All right. All our eggs are in one basket, so to speak. And that's this truth. But it says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. And again, there's laws on the books to where Esau can come and take your possessions. Whatever the reason may be, he can take them. All right. But it says, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Okay, that's our ultimate goal. That should be our ultimate goal, to lay up treasures in heaven. All right, and what do those start with? That starts with this truth. That starts with this knowledge, this wisdom. It starts with being a brother. It starts with alms, charity. All right, the scriptures talk about the good works. Okay, pushing this word out. Okay, being diligent, measuring the times, bringing it out, warning the flock. Okay, these are all spiritual treasures. Okay, again, hey, that's a heathen. The scriptures talk about the heathen worrying about this investment, worrying about that investment, how they're going to eat, because you got preppers that are storing up food. All right, we went into this in camp. Hey, that food, who knows what the Lord might have you do in the time when shit hits the fan. All right, you might not be at your house. The scriptures say we got to be like pilgrims. Okay, so you having that mentality that you're going to store up food, that's going to save you, that's the wrong mentality. That's a heathen mentality. All right, the number one thing we need to be storing up is our spiritual treasures. All right, and like I said, it starts with this knowledge and wisdom, understanding and learning how to rely and trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai in times where it seems tough. All right, understanding, having that full, complete understanding that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is in full control of everything. All right. I'll read verse 21 again. It says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." And see, our ultimate treasure is in the kingdom. All right, because we store up these things. All right, we do the things that are necessary, you know, that the Lord told us to do, so what we can ultimately be a partaker in the first fruits of establishing the kingdom. All right, we want to get saved up out of this thing, man. You know, hey, we see that this place is gone. All right, so why would you want to be invested here? Okay, any type of investments or any type of trust in investments here, that's the wrong mentality to have. All right. Since I quoted it, let me just grab it. This is Isaiah 33:6. All right. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time." So not having all the gold, not having all the silver, not having real estate, not having cash on hand. All right. Not having 30 bags of rice or 30 bags of beans. That's not going to be the stability of thy times. All right. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability. All right. Because this is what's going to help us maneuver. Okay. Ultimately understanding that the Lord is in full control, and we got to do and stay upon what he says. Okay. Not bugging out, not doing anything in haste. All right. Practicing or rehearsing, like the scriptures say, rehearsing the righteous acts, because ultimately that's the only thing that's going to get us out of here. All right, it says, "Shall be the stability of thy times." Okay, and all these other people are going to be bugging out. They're going to be wondering why I have all this silver, I have all this gold, I got all this property, but it's not helping me. They're going to be bugging out because the scriptures say that you trust in Egypt, because a lot of these are Egyptians' way of thinking. All right, that heathen way of thinking. Trusting that and being confused and wondering why you're in a bad position. All right, because none of those so-called riches are going to help you. But it says, "And strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure." And that's the ultimate thing to have. All right, the fear of the Lord. Okay, because Esau is he's gonna come down with great wrath. All right, he's gonna be a wild man. But do we fear Esau? No. All right, we fear the Lord because we fully understand that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is in full control. All right. This is Proverbs 3. And verse 13. It says, "Happy is the man that findeth wisdom." All right, the scriptures say what? We are going to be merry and in abundance. All right, why? Because we've been storing up these treasures, the ones that count. It says, "Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding." Okay, why? Why is that? "For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold." Okay, why? Because we read it. We're going to be stable in these times, understanding that the Lord is working. Understanding that we're at the end of things. All right. Understanding that the kingdom is right around the corner. It says, "She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her." Okay. There's nothing compared to this knowledge and wisdom. And the cold part about it is, I shouldn't say cold, but the reality of it is there's going to come a time where this knowledge and wisdom is not going to be available anymore. All right. Go into the parable of the 5 virgins, the ones who were wise and the ones who weren't. All right. What were they doing? They were getting that oil. That oil is a metaphor, if you will, for this wisdom, for this knowledge. All right. Because what is going to come? Amos, All right, the 8th chapter, the famine of the word. The scriptures say, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Why? Because there's going to be a time where he can't be found. All right, and the only thing you're going to be able to rely upon is what you've stored up. All right. Now we're in a time where the word is available right now. You can go on YouTube. You can even go on these alternative sites, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, and you can get the word. You can still go to the highways and hedges, and you can get the word. Okay, so now is the most important time as we see things coming to a close to store up these riches. Okay, to go over and over. Hey, what do they say in the world? Practice makes perfect. Okay, to go over these things, to get them embedded in your spirit. All right, so where the scriptures talk about what? Wisdom meeting you in every thought. So when we're out here having to maneuver, when all hell breaks loose, in the midst of Jacob's trouble, in the midst of the hour of temptation, the wisdom is just going through our mind. Okay, something's presented to us. Oh, nope, can't do that. All right, or another situation. Oh yeah, we could do that. All right, learning how to maneuver. And the only way you're going to learn how to maneuver and to be stable is what? That knowledge and wisdom. All right. Verse 16, it says, length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Okay. And ultimately, that the length of our days, all right, that riches and honor is going to come by way of salvation. Lord's will, we're of that number. All right. When we get established in the kingdom, all right, and we're saved out of the second death, the destruction that's coming. Okay, and then we come back down and establish the kingdom. Hey, that's the true riches and honors. But that comes first and foremost by way of what? This knowledge and wisdom. All right, because ultimately what? Go to the next chapter, like we've been saying, and look, Satan. Okay, here we go. Proverbs 4. Proverbs 11. Ultimately, it's not going to help you. That thermonuclear destruction is not going to care whether you have gold, whether you have silver, whether you have investments in property here. It don't matter. All right. Proverbs 11, 4 through 6. So like it says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. All right. Riches are not going to profit you in the day of wrath. And the Lord's wrath is coming. All right. The righteous of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness. Okay. And how do we learn righteousness? By this truth. All right. How do we learn wickedness? by trusting in our own heart, by trusting in Esau and what he's pushing. All right. Scriptures say, lean not into thy own understanding. All right. Trust in what is written. Trust in Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. All right. And I'm going to end off on this. Okay. This is Isaiah 13 and 17. And this is what's coming. All right. It says, and the heading is Babylon will fall to the Medes. It says, behold, and who is Babylon? What is Babylon? America is the Babylon. All right. Code word, if you will. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. And who are the Medes? The Medes today are the modern day Russians. All right. It says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver. And as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Okay. So none of those riches are going to profit you. It says their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children, because when those nukes are sent off, they don't care how much money you got. They don't care how much investments you got here. They don't care how much beans, how much rice. That's not going to save you. All right. The only thing that is going to save us, the only thing that's going to give us any type of stability is this wisdom, this knowledge, and trusting in Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. All right. Hey, Lord's will, this is edifying. Once again, call Haloim Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect and a Baba Ball.